So welcome to Disco Elysium. It's been a long time coming, far too long in fact. And I decided it's been long enough. I should probably see what this game's about. I'm tired of waiting, so let's try it. Options menu, straightforward and simple. There's a streamer mode. I turned that on because apparently there's copyrighted art or pieces of music inside. There might be copyrighted art in it too. Probably several pieces of art. And we've got things to do. Oh, okay, so we can make our own custom character type if we want. Extremely intelligent, very bad with people, knows interesting facts, comes up with original ideas. Very psychological, a magnetic personality but unstable, might begin to lose his mind. Physical, extremely physical, interacts with his world through his body, gets things done, but dumb as a rock. Is it best to create your own character, or should you take an archetype? I like that they offer them anyway. It's a nice option to have. I'm not sure what I'm even drawn to out of these three. They all seem like they're interesting in their own right. At least looking at create a class. Okay. It's a very bold sense of a menu. I like that. I'm so used to everything being these tiny little boxes and little, you know, pips next to them. So we have like a sliding scale between... Oh no, it's just, this describes what's on the left, that's all. It's just reversed. I thought we were gonna see a thing slide from one side to the other. Psyche is terrible, intellect is high. How emotionally intelligent are you? Your musculature is weak. How agile are you? So you're kind of forced to pick one side or the other. I'm assuming these numbers being as low as they are, meaning like they don't go up to 100. This is probably very specifically for skill checks and kind of like, well, it's like a dice roll, essentially. There's no GTA Badgers.
Very disco of you playing this masterpiece.
Thanks very much, Paul, for the $5 tip. It's nice to hear GTA Badgers. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, let's try maybe a playthrough like this. Or would you say my physique is too low? I kind of want to go hard in one direction more than the other. I could go 4 and 4 for the top. Going hard in one stat is good. You can be weak cop. I'll be weak cop. With high raw brain power. Yeah, let's do that. Slightly agile. Terribly not physical. Emotionally intelligent with a lot of brain power. Oh boy. Oh, there's more stuff. What do we have here? It doesn't really matter, actually, as long as your main focus is on intellectual or physique. Okay, so it's more like there's really 2 stats. They're just split up into 2 substats. Wield raw intellectual power, deduce the world. Call upon your knowledge, produce fascinating trivia. Practice the art of persuasion, enjoy rigorous intellectual discourse. Play the actor, lie and detect lies. Understand creativity, see art in the world. Oh, I've got to take that. Reconstruct crime scenes, make laws of physics work for the law. How is this going to help me in the real world at all? This is beautiful, though, these pieces that they've got to represent each skill. Oh, I thought I was picking for one of each row. Am I not? I'm just picking one of these at all. Hold yourself together, keep your morale up. Hunches and gut feelings, dreams and waking life. Understand others, work your mirror neurons. Intimidate the public, assert yourself. Connect to Station 41, understand cop culture. Charm men and women, play the puppet master. That sounds entertaining. So, being that I have an extremely low physique, it seems like signature would be not great to take from these two. What's the difference between suggestion and rhetoric? The art of persuasion, charm men and women. One's like for argumentation's sake and one's for general life. The first two just provide an insane amount of interesting dialogue and options. Well, I don't know exactly how these apply yet, so I guess I'll take that one. Oh, it gets a point in it, so it's one higher than 5. Alright. I hope I didn't do that wrong somehow. I thought that said the furries are at home. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It's their address.
There is nothing.
Oh.
Only warm, primordial blackness.
Wow, great voice.
Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
I don't? Well, that sounds great. I'll just go back to bed then.
Ever.
Oh! Well, I'll just stay in bed then. Maybe someone can feed me eggs.
Never, ever.
It's like Slay the Princess. Should I keep existing or not existing?
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
There's no ex-wives? Weird. See you around, Einsteinium. Have a good work day. Is the audio loud enough for you, or do you need it to come up any?
Yes, it is.
What was it about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness.
I turned it a bunch higher. Is that better? A ball of meat. Wanted to know about the X something.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get.
Oh, weird. I turned it up by 15.
Some of it irreversible.
I did another
Stay.
15 there.
Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
I think the voice acting of the limbic system was quieter. You don't think maybe Slay the Princess was inspired by this game to some degree? Because I'm seeing such a through line immediately by the way these are sounding.
Alright, nothing down to fuck all, Barra.
You make it sound so appealing, ancient reptilian brain. A return trip to the silence, please. There's, I am tired of being this type of animal, and who gives a shit?
Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over.
Should I go to the left side? That's probably better. Wait, no, I need to belittle myself.
Do you really?
Don't be naive, of course not. I want to sail the inky blackness until forever
The
ends.
song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the soul, bloated man meat
Oh, I got
around
man meat?
you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert,
Oh.
hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
So long as it's having a good time, there's nothing wrong with that,
You
right?
can take it. You're
Oh.
a champion.
Volition. One of my favorite Protest the Hero albums. Mother help me, there's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it! Stop, I don't want to hear anything more about this sensation. Take me back to the formless, disembodied nothing. No, I'm not scared, I'm a champion. I like the first one.
stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Who am I? What sort of creature does this to their own mouth?
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion.
There's a bit of like Bernard Black Books kind of approach to the literary nature of this dialogue or
Somehow,
monologue.
you know what it is. A caprice to name a motor carriage.
Oh, I thought he was completely naked for a second. I was like, okay, that's a start. Close enough, though. He's rocking the full Walter White. And the mutton chops. What is my profile picture at the bottom left? Is that how I come out when I've picked the stuff I've picked? Just a formless smear of a person. Oh, this game is kid-friendly? That's good. I wouldn't want to offend anyone. Magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. Oh, that's very handy. There's a shoe hanging on the coat rack? I've noticed there's a tie on the fan. Reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. You don't care about that. You want the pants or no? Oh, he puts them on and all. There's only one shoe. I don't know where I got the other one. Oh, you can't see the cursor, sorry. Should be there now. Nope. I clicked take all.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Right.
Or has it been consigned there as punishment?
Oh.
You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world.
Savoir-faire medium, grab the tie. Is that like a skill check? Oh, it is. I didn't even know there were dice roll skill checks in this. Pull on the fan.
blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
You understand how fans work. Great work. Thank you. May I have this?
This fan has two chain
Oh.
Or has it been consigned there as punishment?
I still have to
You
do the
swoop
skill
up
check.
and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning. The necktie is no longer contained.
Why is there a strange, like, AI-like filter to the voice acting.
What
It sounds
you have
odd.
in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Oh no.
If it's your friend, why was it up there? Who ties their friend to a ceiling fan? An ominous, foreboding feeling fills you as you look at the tie.
Why is this tie so important? Is the tie special or something? Or... oh, it's on. Couldn't even tell. I thought it was a black tie and then it's got, like, paisley on it? Oh, I got a satin shirt. Nice.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off.
Half the faucet? That is a fierce discharge of masculine
Hot
energy.
water sprays from the base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there,
Uh-oh.
underneath the soft
Is
vapor.
this an amnesia story? Also, just noticed they've got the shining carpet on the wallpaper there. It's not exactly the same, but it's the same pattern anyway, just different colors.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror.
Click the yellow dot near your head. Oh, okay.
Abort. You clearly
that
have
in a
not
sec.
thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
These portrait pieces are really cool. They look like something I would find from like at a yard sale, this folk artist that's been making really weird macabre pieces out of their attic for the last 30 years. That sounded like it was a negative thing, but I see that as a positive. Maybe I should touch it first, make sure there's nothing wrong with my face.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
How bad could it be?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness.
Well, the alcohol would
It's
do
like
that.
there's an upholstery of alcohol
Comics!
underneath your skin.
Thanks very much for that. 36 months. You stayed around another year. Thank you, thank you. At least my tongue is okay.
It's not.
Oh.
It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
I never described a tongue as snail-like before.
It's not.
Oh.
Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face.
It's not a
hurts when
large
you honk
balloon.
It. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either.
You honked
Not
your
with all the
nose?
drinks it's absorbed for you.
I'm just gonna tweet real fast that I'm playing this. Cool. Can I honk my nose more?
Behold.
Oh. Doesn't look too bad. It just looks like a guy. It's a nice picture.
You have no idea who this thing is.
This artist
Do
should do a gallery exhibition of all the portrait images that they've put together in a physical space. Would you go to a Disco Elysium exhibition? How long will it keep zooming out? I thought it would have stopped by now. It's the face of a late-stage alcoholic.
Too late.
Oh.
You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
It's very self-deprecating, this game so far.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
No, keep making
You
it.
can't, can you?
Oh.
It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
Is this an established artist that we've seen outside of this game, or is this like their big breakthrough? Because they're very talented. Yeah, what is this emotion? It looks like he's trying to be charming despite not feeling charming, is what I'm getting from that. This is the artist's biggest work. Name is Alexander Rostov. Right. Thank you for telling me. They're very good. Did they handle most of the painting work on this, or is there a team? I mean, I imagine there's a team, but I don't know to what degree. It's meant for the ladies. It's insinuating that I'm vaguely sympathetic. I'm sort of pulling it off, too, in a sad has-been kind of way.
There might have been 10 years ago.
Oh.
It's little more than a cadaverous spasm.
Oh no, a cadaverous spasm. Rostov was the art director and did a lot of these style portraits, right? Dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression. I'll take a 28%. It's not probably going to happen, but, you know, it's nearly 1 in 3.
It belongs in
huge!
the third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species.
All right.
Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, that meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right.
That's a nice thing to put in the player's head, actually, that if it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right.
Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open air, Boîte de Nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
I felt the need to add a clicking sound when I make it. How long ago was the new? Anything else like, who am I? Why did I drink myself into oblivion?
You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness. Aside from the useless fact
so this is a D&D style history check?
Was a caprice Kanema. Some 20-odd years.
Yeah, I'm very glad that it's voice acted. I appreciate that.
Between right now and the expression. Looking good on you, or anyone. Humanity has
it had less
run
voice
aground
acting in the original.
It's a different world now. The expression is a relic. Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
I don't think I'm going to get that one. You see bottles in the bathtub, wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. Let's see what else we can interact with. We've got a broken window.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Am I the window breaker?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
Did I throw a bottle out in one of those discharges of violent masculinity.
More likely a projectile than a held object.
Oh,
There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
right. Assess the size.
It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist.
That image there immediately made me think of Shodan from System Shock 2. The way that the cover art looked for that. Very different image, but it had like the same kind of vibe to it.
The single green shoe you found fits the hole
Oh,
almost
yeah.
as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force.
Oh yeah, I could for sure break a window with a shoe. I know that's a thing.
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you could still find the other one on the balcony outside.
Oh, that would be very
The
lucky.
door
I'd love
it
to have
should be
both
outside
shoes.
your room.
But also, be aware when you put the shoe on, there might be glass around. Maybe even in the shoe, so don't, like, wreck your foot with a shard of glass. I should go get the shoe.
Cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Make fists with your toes. The Bruce Willis way. Alright, I'll click the dot
You
now.
hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
I love my flare-cut pants. Fish
It
them!
says whirling in rags on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring.
Whirling
The
in
number 1
rags?
is etched on it. It should open the door.
Well, that's great news. What the hell's whirling in rags? I hope he doesn't play the whole game through with his head, with a headache on it. In it. Just stumbling through the whole game. You recommend manually saving? I'm a master of that. Look at me go. I've just done it right there. Can you believe how easy it was? There's a woman.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Klasya? She's a disco dancer? Cool. I don't want to be a dick to her, though. Am I military personnel?
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Really? Chief Executive Officer. Yeah, what, why did you call me an
Because
officer?
you're a police officer, sir.
Are you sure?
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time.
All this time.
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Oh, try the expression on her. Let her know you want her physically. Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else? Who in their right mind would let me be...
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
Oh, do they? That's good news.
A glib remark. Don't let it stand. Assert yourself.
Actually, I can see why they wouldn't trust me with the law. I have the right character.
Retreat is not a winning tactic.
Oh. Yeah, why don't I remember
Could it
being
be
a cop?
because of the drinking?
She's being very gentle here. It could be because of the drinking.
Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. She is left AWOL I am. Calendar says it is March, the year is 51. Looks like she left a nice long stub in the ashtray. It's still smoking. Okay. I want my shoe. Well, that's nice. They give you a little, like, radio information without having to say it explicitly. Something on the table. Yeah, what's that? Oh, there's just money here. I don't really want to steal people's money. How do I get to the balcony? Is it on a lower floor? Is that what he meant? Because I don't have a balcony as far as I can see. This door's also thrashed. Are you able to try your best to read the choices you're making? I think I've done that maybe every time so far, haven't I? If I forgot to, then that's not intended. I usually do try to do that anyway. I've skipped a lot of them? Oh, sorry. I guess I've just been flowing without realizing it. There's a key compressed to highlight. Yeah, I was just doing that a second ago. It's tab. But yeah, I'll try to read the choices I'm doing. Did you want me to read every single thing, or just the thing I pick? Because there might be a lot of those. No, it's a reasonable preference to have. I want to be possible to listen to for people not watching. Yeah, some very generous people today, dropping loads and loads of... What in the hell am I looking at there? There's some kind of eagle. What? I'm assuming that's a statue or something. Otherwise, that's just like a rigor mortis eagle. We'll find out what that is. Oh, thanks very much. How do I say your name properly, though? Pickle... Pucha? Paicha? I don't know if that's meant to be said like the Cyrillic letters. Probably not. Thanks very much for that. Pika. Pickle Pika. Pickled Pika. Right, thank you. Speakers connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. What a cool speaker that is. It looks like a screen door leaning up against the... I don't think I've ever seen a speaker like that. Wait, why are you doing that? I'm trying to get you to look there. Oh, apparently to look there I need to walk around. This is where the lyrics would be.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
My soul's cubic content is obscured by the hangover.
Of course. At this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from the outside. It needs to be heard. Through a PA system.
Yes. Blast it. Blast your cubic soul.
By other people.
Can you imagine I blasted you on the stream with me singing like, "Baby, you're a firework."
You have not
what should I sing, though, when it comes to it?
Lamentation. But it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
Lamentation sounds good. That'll really get a gauge on my soul. They'll really get a gauge on my soul with that.
Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
Finish thought. So I need to go find something tragic in my life to back up the version of myself that I see in my head. I'm fulfilling the destiny that I wish myself to have because of my own self-deprecation. I have a thought. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. Are they making eagle juice? Who is this person?
A man in his late 20s stands behind
Oh, it's
the counter,
Garta.
inspecting a stuffed seabird.
Oh, it's
As you
stuffed.
approach,
Okay, good.
He gives you a sideways glance.
Also, it's
then
not an
looks
eagle.
down
It's a
again.
seabird. I don't know why I thought it was an eagle then.
That was disdain in his eyes.
Oh, no.
Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Look at the stuffed bird.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken.
Oh
The
no.
man is trying to mend it.
Is it an albatross? I still don't think I know what those are, but people are constantly singing about them in hardcore songs.
Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it,
Oh.
most likely on a wall.
Probably could have gotten some sort of ruby to put into a tiger's eye and then get a magnum.
This is the Great Skua. The sea
Skua.
bird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the
Insulindian
part
and
of the
Sola.
world you are in right now.
As an experiment yesterday, I decided when I was doing my edge points, which I searched for random stuff, I decided today's theme was going to be how many birds can I remember? And I got deeper into, like, down the bird hole than I the bird cloaca than I expected to. I was getting into plovers and all sorts of stuff like that. Sometimes things just stick in your head, you don't even realize it until, like, I need to know those. It's like, okay, yeah, bird types. I need that.
Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Birds don't often make me feel bitter. Usually they make me happy. Can I help you with that?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. I really want to just talk about the bird.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Oh, something tells me you don't like me.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Is that why I was passed out drunk?
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
So not only am I a cop, but I'm also a hero. Oh, so you can, like, play into the facetious things people are saying to you, the sarcastic stuff, and form yourself around their random musings as if you are the person they're imagining, but as a joke. You're being sarcastic.
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
Okay, it's a hostel. That explains why he's being so hostile. Oh my god, I did all those things?
No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here.
What have I been doing then? Have you seen me around?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
He looks down again and keeps plucking at the bird. Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
I'd still like to get my shoe back. I'm not sure how to reach that, though. Understood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I won't badger this man, then. He seems not to be too interested in me. Which is fair. Okay, save. It's one thing to get an autosave, it's another to make your own. The menu has been wiped clean, only the word Monday is written on it, and we hate that. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today's starts... Oh, it went away. I was reading that. I just tripped up. This is a water cooler. A large bubble is rising to the surface. Oh, it's gonna bloop. I've seen cats wait for hours for the bloop, and then they lose their minds. And then they train themselves to hook their paw behind the water thing, do one of these, kind of wiggle it around, and then they can make the bloop happen themselves. Once they figure that out, it's over. You'll never stop getting them to obsess over the freaking bloop. A sign reads, mess hall reserved for union members, doors open 1600. We got more people. Some kind of pinball machine. Oh, it's a very strange looking pinball machine from the 50s. Pinball machine is unplugged. It says it's royal.
Hello, sweetie.
Hello. The cryptozoologist's wife, Lena.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Why are they so worried about my colleague? He can walk over to me too, can he? She nods toward the man in the orange bomber jacket, otherwise known as Bomberman. She notes his white hood and strange pink ball suspended from the back of his head.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone.
Okay, so I know almost nothing about the game, but I do know this name and this picture. I have seen this face before. I assume this person plays a large role in the story, but I don't know anything more than that.
As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting.
How long have you been waiting for me?
If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
Shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for you.
Now I feel bad for making him wait, because I thought he was going to be a jerk.
This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
I'm going to fail this, probably. Oh, it's 72%. That's pretty solid. Alright, let's invent a name.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes.
Huge.
Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire.
Wow.
On the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Oh. Okay, so I have to work my way up to it. I never thought about a name having a color before, but I really like that idea. It is not yet time. I don't know what he means by that, but let's hear it.
Okay, then.
Oh. He processes the information, then disregards it.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
I talked to the cafeteria manager.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
Yeah, if we're talking about the cafeteria manager, which we're probably not.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right?
Oh yeah, it's out back, for sure. I know that.
It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
I have not.
Okay. We'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
I don't like dead bodies.
Sure. But did you take it down from the tree?
No.
So, the body is still in the tree.
It sounds like it.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Hey, Quinn! Am I gonna conduct the police interview with one shoe? That's not my intent, but everyone was gesturing me toward meeting up with this character, so hopefully I can still find my way to getting my shoe back.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
Okay. How can you be so sure I'm from the police?
I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the Rat Squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
You mean internal affairs?
Yes, but I'm not them. I'm from criminal investigation.
Okay then.
He nods.
I don't want to bother him. It sounds like I should probably get things going, but I also really need to get my shoe. We'll probably have plenty of time to bother him in the future, so I'll leave those threads hanging for now.
After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
Yeah, shouldn't I have a badge?
You mean you
Check
don't
your
have
pockets.
a badge?
It wasn't on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take
This
precedence.
is like, it's making me nervous because I feel like I'm in the wrong job right now. I've showed up completely unprepared to do my job.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Oh, thank you, tutorial agent. You're very lovely. Thank you for telling me that. Didn't even know there was a tutorial agent. All right, tab. We have a door. Does the door lead to where my shoe is? Oh, he's gonna watch me pick up my shoe, isn't he? I assume it would be over this way. Rue de Saint-Ghislain 8B.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the
Matrix.
companies in the East Delta Commerce
Enter
Center.
the matrix. Boxing for young
All you
athletes.
hear is static, but no one answers the call.
Alright, well, we've tried everything. Oh, there's the balcony. There's the shoe. Now, how do we get up? A heap of snow melts in this wheelbarrow.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
The young woman looks up at you. What can I help you with? Yeah, I guess I'm talking to you with one shoe on.
Of course. What can I help you with?
Said I have some questions for you. We need directions. Who are you? Who are you exactly?
Me? I am just a gardener.
Good to meet you, Just a Gardener. Another question then.
I am pleased to meet you too, officer.
Oh, that's all we've got. We need directions.
Of course. Where to?
Where am I?
What do you mean?
I'm disoriented. I don't know where I am.
Yes, sir. District of Martinez. This intersection is called Roundabout North.
Roundabout North.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
Lieutenant seems uncomfortable with the level of disorientation you're displaying. What is in the south?
Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think.
Oh no.
Some kind of accident, probably.
What's on the other side of the canal?
Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago.
Okay, fish market to the south, but it's closed down. Broken bridge.
The harbor
east?
gates? Some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too.
There's a lot of commotion around this town. What's in the north?
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
And to the west?
It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach.
Very good, thank you.
No problem.
Brushing off a fleck of soil on her cheek. Okay.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
No, I didn't think you would. She wipes her brow with the canary yellow glove.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Oh. Can I borrow your gloves?
Sure. Keep them. I have another pair.
Oh, that's very nice of her. She hands you the rubber gloves with no visible annoyance. I find my dude, like, walks in ways that I don't expect when I click on certain things. Like, I'm clicking on that target up there. Oh, it says pigs go home. The street name is illegible. Oh, okay, so he was walking to see what was on it, not... The pathfinding was super weird. Okay. Oh, F the police. Gotcha. So how the heck do I get up there? Also, am I able to freely move around this map, or do I have to just look where I am? I think I have to look where I am. Oh, I can zoom out. Ah, damn it. I figured that out way too late. Go back out. Okay, there's a door upstairs. So let's get back upstairs and find the door. I guess I was supposed to find this before I came down. But I goofed. You think you'll have choice words for me when I, put my shoe on? Was it just that side door? Well, it's the only other door that seems to be here, so... Unless I have to go through the other girl's apartment. Or room. Summer door closed for winter. Oh my god, there's no way in. What about through here? It doesn't physically make sense for it to be here. Door is bolted. A sign reads, kitchen reserved for personnel until 1300. It's up there?
The door is closed.
Okay, leave. Yeah, I've been pressing tab. I was just doing it a second ago, that's why the green highlights come up. Nothing on the front page rings a bell. Strange. Oh, is there a door here? Oh, I missed it on the front part. Thank you. There we go.
There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet.
Must be a big relief to have your other shoe on. It is raining out, though, so that shoe is presumably soaked.
Like two baby crocodiles.
Oh. How do they fit?
Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
Oh, they're comfy even though they're wet. Apparently it healed my morale, too. I don't even know what system that is that I have morale. Can I talk to my friend here?
Yes?
Tell me about the case.
What do you want to know?
Literally anything.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit.
I literally know nothing about it, only what you told me before.
Do you want me to brief you?
You briefed me, yeah.
3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria.
Oh.
The cadaver had been there for 4 days.
I've heard of this cadaver guy. He shows up every so often when dead people are involved. Whenever you hear about cadaver, you gotta stay away.
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
But whoever told you that might be biased too, right? So we gotta identify everyone's biases in this scenario. Does the briefing say who the victim was?
A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Exactly right. Who is the caller?
To find him or her is one of our tasks here.
Right.
For now, all we know is that the tone was muffled, using a device of some sort.
Oh.
The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Sounds good. Excuse me, why hide themselves? Probably for the reasons of retaliation, yeah?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters.
Uh-huh.
The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez.
Oh, they like to keep it internal.
Now it appears they've started executing too.
Yeah, no, that's a lot.
We cannot allow that.
And who's the RCM?
The Revachol Citizens
Revachol
Militia.
Citizens
We're
Militia.
the police in this city.
Okay.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
Okay. So I can flex if I want, and people just kind of go along with that, is what they're telling me. I'm surprised that my partner is, like, as chill as they are, considering how utterly incompetent I've displayed myself to be so far. Just make this perfectly clear, our job here is to find the killer. Yeah, no, I understand.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer.
Yeah, no, I get that much. Memory loss or no, I think I still understand what a police officer is, I hope. Kim, is that worse? Would you say this is a mysterious case? Yeah, I want to hear what you say to that.
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Is there... Oh, there's real time passing. Shit. Why not?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Personally, I think labor disputes are very mysterious.
Then you are in luck, because we are in the midst of a major strike by the dock workers union. Maybe more than that.
It's all I can think about is labor
wants a
disputes.
piece, not just
Every
of
day I
the
wake up, I'm
industrial
like,
harbor,
oh, labor
but the Wild
disputes,
Pines
can't get enough.
Corporation itself.
Is this a strike then? Or the first shots in a workers' coup?
Workers' coup?
I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. This district isn't used to the RCM's presence, and the Union rarely overplays its hand, as it appears to have done in this case.
So is this a strike or an attempted coup?
Strike, coup, revolution, it's brigandage, however you parse it.
Wait, have I been saying coup wrong my entire life? I thought it was coup, not coop. Chicken go in a coop. And ironically, they also go coop de recoup.
You feel something rising through you. A
Hey, Nettie.
familiar feeling. An opinion.
Oh, an
taking
opinion.
form.
You need facts before opinions can follow, right? We should ground the workers into fine paste and feed them to the pigs. We should ground the owners into fine paste and feed them to the pigs. Well, I don't know yet who's responsible for what, but I'm going to guess it's the owners. With this little foreknowledge, I am unsure which side to grind into pig's feed. The decision must ferment in me also nationalism. I don't think grounding one or the other side into pig's feed will do anyone favors. I am really, really smart. I spent the last 20 seconds deciding on which side to ground into pig feed. Why?
When I said we have to navigate community matters, I did not mean we have any say in them. I meant we should be careful. If we are not, the shit will blow right in our faces.
I think he's just saying, like, we'll be in the middle of the shit if we don't play it correctly. He makes a quick gesture toward his visage, where the shit would blow.
From an imaginary fan.
Right.
Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
I see.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an expression otherwise.
What do you mean?
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
I'm not in on anything, except for the alcohol. I don't remember being in on anything. You know what? I'm in on retrograde amnesia. Yeah, that's what I'm on.
Better still than an imbecilic cop-off.
Cop-off?
It's just stupidity.
Oh.
We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
Maybe that's like a beach off. You know, when a lot of Kens get involved in a dispute and they beach each other off. It was the funniest joke in the Barbie movie, you'll know. You should tell me now. This seems relevant. Yeah, let it go.
Was there anything else you wanted
Okay,
to
I have
know?
all I
Good.
need. Let's move on. Rarely have I felt pressured to not exhaust every dialogue. But in this case, the smell of the sea makes you dizzy, is what it says there. In this case, I feel like we've got to get a move on because the time is changing, and I don't know when people are not going to be available for discussion. I see the door is now marked. Can we talk to this lady now?
The door is closed. There is
Knock.
no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere
Oh, that's a
inside.
power move. When you knock on a door and then they turn the shower on?
A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Not only that, but clicking dialogues actually has consequences. Oh, good. I'm so alone. Why are you doing this? Don't do this to me. Beauty, don't abandon me in all this ugliness. Swallow the emotion. Swallow.
The door is closed.
Knock again.
Still no answer.
Knock again, but harder.
Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance.
That's probably the amount of knocks that Kim is willing to let me have.
He doesn't like where this is going.
Okay, leave. I gotta rein it in, for Kim's sake. And also probably for that lady's sake, because I don't know what the hell is going on between the two of them.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching.
Yeah, you're right,
He
that is
drops
an
the ledger
unimpressive
he was
beard.
holding and turns to the lieutenant.
What does that make my beard? Oh god, it's like equally unimpressive, isn't it? It's just unshaven is all it is. It's not impressive at all.
Mr. Gart, right? You
Lieutenant...
run this place.
Oh, glances into his little notebook. You run this place,
Yes.
right? He responds tersely.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
He looks at you, realizing he still doesn't know your name. Yeah, it's got not currently time, right? What is gold and orange like a forest fire but smells like liquor?
Are you kidding me?
No, man, help me out. What is gold and orange and smells like liquor? Kim's about to say something, let him.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene.
Good cop, bad cop.
To call us and report the dead
Or
body.
good cop,
It was you who
chaotic
placed
cop.
the call, yes?
It was you placed the call, he said. Okay. Time only passes when you're in dialogue, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Oh, okay, gotcha.
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
I wonder how far into the game it goes before you can find out your own name.
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
I just realized something. I don't know if this is intentional, but the framing of Kim's portrait in that shot there, it kind of looks like the old Renaissance paintings when they show religious people that have a glow around their heads like they're saintly. It's usually like a golden, orange, yellow glow. In this case, it's the moon. I wonder if they're making some sort of artistic reference from that, and the fact that all the portraits are painted, I have a feeling they're aware of that resemblance. Yeah, it's probably deliberate. Okay, so there's like a sainthood message coming through, maybe. Right.
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here
Jamrock?
to keep an eye on the place.
That's the
This is
greatest
just
place
one
to
of the
live.
many cafeterias I manage.
Oh, wow. A man about town. From Jamrock.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
Okay. I remember Rostov saying that it took him many tries to get every portrait right, apart from Kim's, whose final portrait in the game is the first draft he did. Cool. That's some good insight. Thank you for telling me that.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
Okay, I'm just reading back what he said there to see why it was a moment of contention. Okay.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Yeah, okay,
His
questions.
face expresses profound doubt in your having this.
Why did Sylvie go away?
She went away because none of your business.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Am I not a cop? Everything is my business. No, I'm gonna say fine.
Extra fine.
Who killed him?
I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
No, I know, but we're still supposed to ask that just to see what you say, though. Right?
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
And how do we get there, then?
That's easy. See that door there?
Yeah.
First, you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really
I did see
big
that,
one.
actually, yeah.
You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Wow.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
Alright, that's all.
Let's go.
Cool.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
Oh. Do I have any of that?
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination.
But...
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button!
What?
Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
Wow, I wasn't expecting that. It's like that crazy gun from Shadow of the Damned.
No, don't listen to him. It's madness. Just talk.
No, I mean, I know what Real are, but I could also slip away. I don't think I'll land that.
Oh, excuse me.
I said, what's Real?
You owe me 130 real.
He pronounced the R with a mock aristocratic accent.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Oh, I understand. You mean I owe you money?
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right, money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
With cheese?
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him!
But what exactly is money?
What are you, a philosopher?
Actually, I might be.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like
Are you a
this
grown-up?
hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra.
Real.
We use it for everything, really.
Interesting. Where do I get it from?
Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Should I take some bribes, then?
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
Oh, interesting. I didn't expect to hear a faux justification of bribery from what I think to be a relatively upstanding police officer like him. Maybe things are not in the way that I would have expected. But what if I don't have any?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi
Hello,
looks for
from Boxes,
something in
welcome.
the pockets of his orange bomber.
Oh, don't tell me Kim's gonna pay it off.
That's Cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
Ah. So neither of us have any money. You're under arrest. No, I don't want to do that. What happens now?
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
He shrugs.
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
I do love the name Jamrock. Isn't there somewhere else I can stay around here? I don't have a home. I don't remember where my home is. F this place. I'll take my chances on the streets. I'll see what I can do. I don't remember where my home is.
You really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them. Ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
The man wants to say something and thinks better of it. Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
I really don't remember. I shouldn't have to tell my own head that.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I was up on Marvel Hill. I was snapped by Thanos, and I came back in a surprise twist of events when the multiverse converged.
Why did you say that?
The name must have meaning for me.
The old thesaurus comes up empty. Maybe you should ask the lieutenant.
Do you know of a place called Marvel Hill?
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place?
An expression?
A saying. Up on Marvel Hill, a great high place. One that is impossible to climb back to.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I've descended from on high, like from Mount Olympus.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on a building? I'll live in a dumpster. I don't care. F everything, Hobocop. His pattern of speaking is so different from everyone else in the game. It feels like he's the player transplanted into the game almost. I guess that could be the case. I want to know about tracing the way back.
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Okay. I still need to find my badge. I also need to use the radio. Also, I noticed the door upstairs has a marker on it. I don't know if I should let Kim see my room. This feels scary. I'll just run in. Kim tries not to look at your broken down bathroom door. Oh, is that all that's here? Yeah, that's not happening.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look
It's
awful.
not really mine. I have to pay for that.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
Oh. Every time I hear that tutorial agent, I think that I'm getting like a text-to-speech interruption, but it's actually quite pleasant. No time to rest. Yet. Alright, shoo out the window, bed's destroyed, rip the faucet off. Mirror, which is confusing. And then we don't want to talk to her, I guess, for now. Let's go look at the body, I suppose? Unless this lady in the wheelchair wanted to talk to me here.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Yeah, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
Maybe I am.
And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
No, I'm done with mating rituals this time around. I don't know you. Wink, maybe I have? I had once, Wink twice, but then I lost her. I really want to talk about that right now. Had once.
What was with that fucking wink?
Stop winking. Tap yourself on the side of the head to correct the malfunction. Do nothing. The neurological damage is probably permanent. Let's tap ourselves on the head.
I see you are still grieving. Well, I won't pry.
She smiles gently, paying no heed to the inexplicable winking.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
I feel like the in-game model looks quite different from her portrait. I was getting sort of like a middle-aged woman from the model, and then the portrait is definitely a bit older.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Whenever I see Lena, I don't know if it's Lena or Lena. I probably always get it wrong. Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the Motley Crew.
What?
Hire her on the spot.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing or anything. Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money? Whoa! That's very presumptuous. How'd you like to roll with me? You seem to be in a chair. I'll ask what I'm doing.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
Her eyes follow your movements with some concern.
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
I hope you're right. I hope it's not too bad. Yeah, I'm blowing the whole thing out of proportion. Forget I said anything. No, it's pretty bad, but...
You know where we are, right?
We're in Whirling in Rags cafeteria. It was on my keys.
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
In Revachol. Revachol.
Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol.
Revachol. Yeah, it's nice because they're like giving us little reminders, like a little quiz to make sure we were paying attention if we needed to. All I know is that Revachol used to be really cool in the 30s. I don't know diddly squat. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world.
Hey, Marius. Nice to see you.
Fortunate to be here, you and I.
Yeah, this is my first time playing it. I've heard it's fantastic.
I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
Yeah, it's the spring of 51. They've got the pinball tables and all.
That's right, dear. How splendid.
Oh.
Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
That's very nice of you. Thank you.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Cop regime. Some kind of democracy, maybe? I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not. Our leaders are fierce warriors who traverse the plains on steeds. Civilization cowers before us. We are governed by intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Everyone hustles and grinds like a badass visionary. Radios are being used to control people's minds and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners and women? Alright, that's a take. We are... Oh, this is such a bland answer, but I'm going to say some kind of democracy.
Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
Right.
Meaning, buying is voting.
Sounds correct, yeah? If there's no government, how come there are cops? Or I don't even know what to say. I'm so disappointed. Yeah, I'm so disappointed.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got.
If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well.
She shakes her head, suddenly
There
very
aren't
worried.
any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
So how did I do?
You were doing quite well up until the end there.
Oh.
It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Maybe Kim, as he said earlier, is just relieved that even if I'm an amnesiac, I'm not corrupt. Probably. Although I guess I could remember that I ultimately am corrupt later, and then maybe that wouldn't be the case. But at least for now, I'm innocent-ish.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
Okay. Who could tell me more, or what is the revolution? She didn't really seem to want to explain that, so I'll just say, who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
Oh, turns to the lieutenant, right?
No. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
He's a detective. Just let him be a detective.
Of course. Then, I don't know. Someone rich, maybe?
Yeah, rich people always have the best viewpoint on reality, that's
true. I
true.
don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Okay, let's leave her alone.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Apparently I could, like, recruit her to my crew. I don't really know what that meant, but maybe it's a joke. Although he doesn't seem to joke necessarily that much. Sometimes he just says things that are very brash. The kind green ape pen. We got that. Oh man, we've got so many tasks. Sing karaoke, inspect victim's body, report your badge missing, the pissing competition, who made the call reporting the crime, pay for damages, get a reality lowdown. So we've got like a full Animal Crossing's worth of debt to pay off with a variety of things and tasks to do. Oh man, there's a thoughts area. This is very interesting. What is this picture? It reminds me of an artist that I now can't think of the name of. Internalize the thought? Okay, I don't even know what to do with that yet. Let's go back outside. An Animal Crossing is a fascinating unit of tech. It's looking very mysterious and ethereal out here now. There are bottles inside. You could pick them up if you had a bag. Oh. Well, I don't know if I want to do that. Let's go to the back. Honestly, I just want to make Kim feel better at this point. I feel like I've put a lot on him. Oh, this is the bit from the trailer that they always show. Somebody's always climbing into this dumpster or whatever over here. Little shit's throwing rocks at the body.
Kuno's got this.
The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12. I guess that's what I get for, allowing it to be out here for 7 days.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
What a weird thing to do. There's a very ugly child, apparently.
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno.
Huh? Hey kid, a word. Police business.
Right in the dick, Kuno.
What?
Get him right in the dick.
The children ignore you. Wait, isn't there only one child? Oh, no, there's one over the fence, sorry. What?
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw
What
is
the hell is
twitching
this
as if
child?
trying to break free from the empire of his body.
The empire of his body, what a term. Stop using slurs at my crime scene. Stop throwing... Stop all of the things. Let's stop the rocks first.
Fuck that! Kuno, yeah, right
Oh my
in the
god.
middle.
Wow.
They pay you no heed.
Freaking
or
kids.
pretend not to notice you.
At the second I get this kid away, he's going on to Overwatch and continue on doing that. I guarantee you. They pay you no heed, right?
Shits himself?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
They're having a blast.
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno is not a gardener.
Are you kids siblings?
The fuck are you talking about?
Throws another rock.
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
What? Wow. I'll ask. I have questions, sir.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
Irregular speech patterns. Overconfidence. Could this kid be on drugs? This warrants further investigation into this Kuno.
You kids often play in this yard?
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it?
I might have questions later. For now, let's talk about something else.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
I rarely have encountered adults who swear this much. Even drunk. The body, what do you know about it?
Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Cool, what do you know then?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno! Pig's choking! He's totally choking!
Kim, help me out here. What do we want to know?
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
The usual being, have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or have you seen anything suspicious?
Do you know who he was?
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
Wow. I am thinking this is a waste
He's
of time,
trying
yeah.
to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
I meant who he was before he died.
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone.
The popo phone. Have you seen anyone suspicious
Just
around?
a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Looks like you're a fagari now, whatever that means. The suspicious question doesn't really work in antagonistic situations.
You know how he got up
Probably
there?
climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
So you didn't see it happen.
You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
Oh, okay. Where did you go then?
I don't know. Some fucking...
Looks around trying to come up with something.
Mesco... Or, I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in
Oh,
fucking
good, you're
Night
playing
City.
Cyberpunk.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
That's a fictional city name. Night City doesn't
Why
exist.
you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been where Kuno's been. You haven't been in Kuno's head.
Man, you're annoying.
You wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know what Kuno's been fucking up to?
Don't tell him that, Kuno! It's lame!
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's City. Night City. Rage City. The City of Rage. That's it. And it's not lame.
It's not lame. I'm telling you, it's not.
Lame!
Yeah, I think it's lame.
That's the name of Kuno City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that.
Holy crap. Okay, I want to stop talking to this kid now.
It's impossible to deduce what it is about, at least for the moment. If it's important, it'll come up later. Focus on the case.
10 points to the voice actor, though. Wow. Let's talk about something
You're
else.
testing Kuno's patience
Like,
here.
how do we get you to leave?
Get lost.
I gotta ask, who is Kuno? No, I've pretty much deduced that part. Unless you mean in a theoretical, like, higher sense. What are you about?
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Yeah, I got that. I have a thought. Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes. Can we make him go away, or will he just stop talking now?
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like, and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth.
Ugh. Very good writing, though. Some of these phrases that they bring up are, like, very creative.
You seem to be holding your breath.
Yeah, I wonder why.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
I don't know much about decomposition periods and that, so, like, would 7 days result in a body around that level of decomposition? Also, what's going on with his legs? It looks like he's got knight armor on. Let go of your nose without throwing up. Very low chance. Yeah, no. I like that they use the roll percentage to emphasize the point that this is very hard to do. In Night City armor. Why is it so bad? I think I have an idea, but let's hear what he says anyway.
Decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
Oh. Right.
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna blow, Kuno.
The cop's gonna blow. Not a great phrase to hear. Someone is trying to grow herbs in this greenhouse, or herbs if you're from the UK. The kid's ladder is rickety but still climbable. I have a thought. This ladder's for kids. It wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man. Oh, I see. Am I supposed to get the kids to do something to drop him? Because there's no easy way for me to get up there, otherwise I'm going to knock the ladder down. That means the kids are integral to the situation, even if I don't want them to be. The letter R wears a crown. On the ribbon below, a light above descending. Right in the dick, Kuno. It's integral you hit him right in the dick. Oh, I had a thought.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
Oh, right. If this is the trash for whirling in rags, then I just need to go talk to the manager person to get this open if I need it. I don't know why I need it necessarily.
There's something in there. Not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Yeah, they both have a little of each, I'd say, but I've never quite experienced it on a level of human corpse. Rotting mice, I think, is the closest I've gotten, and that's a really bad smell. Lieutenant, what do you think could be in there?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence, too.
Seems like a reasonable assumption. Leans in to inspect the lock. How do we get the lock open?
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or...
Or
we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags.
Yeah, I think
he
that
probably has one.
Sounds better. I'd rather not, like, break more of their stuff because I already owe the money.
Also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Thank you, Logic. I have an idea. This is the logo for the municipality of Revachol. Revachol. There, third try. Anything else to see over here? Oh, yeah, there is. Several more things. Yeah, your mice eventually get sweaty gamer goo on them. Oh, I have to stand there, I guess, to look at this. The winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years. Oh. Looks like a derelict R-type spaceship. It seems like everything I click on, he has to walk somewhere else to look at it. I'm not touching it, he's just going. Oh, I see there's footsteps on the ground. Going all the way around for that. The music of a hopeful future plays. Whirling in Rags. Such a weird name. Oh. Why did the pathfinding take me here? That's not even remotely close to the thing I clicked on. I was intentionally not controlling myself because I was letting the pathfinding resolve. But I didn't know that I could run, thank you. Jump Jams, a popular... You covered it. I didn't see what that said. Something... Some kind of magazine. Alright, let's go back inside and see if we can get a lock. Sorry, a key for that lock. I clicked directly on the target that was facing me, and then he walked all the way around the street.
Can I help you?
Yeah, is the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Well, that's, I meant by proxy.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Is it because of all the raccoons in there? They want to go in there and eat all the french fries.
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
Hey, Mycelium. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, so far, 0 complaints other than kind of weird pathfinding, but, you know, whatever.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling is.
Prod at him and find out.
Doesn't it seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor?
Callous? What are you, Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard.
I've thought this over and over again, how ridiculous it is, how often grocery stores will throw away perfectly good food. You know, that's like the day of expiry, but it's still edible. When there are people in that same town who need it, just because, you know, it's pay-gated. So, none for you. I'm not saying necessarily that's what's going on here, but it does seem to be often the case.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
I thought the voiceover said the 9-day government. Did I just mishear that? I hated having to throw that food out and not be allowed to just take some myself. I know, it's silly on every level, right? Everybody could have used that. Oh, you heard correctly. Okay, so it's just... He said something that wasn't written that way. Okay, gotcha. Yum yum, tell me more.
He killed himself.
Oh. Maybe I am Krasnov.
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container?
Yes, let's return to that.
Was there something you wanted?
We need the keys, please.
What for? Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash container?
Yes.
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
So is that Kim's way of flexing? That's him going, I'm a cop. You're gonna do the thing. I've seen something here at Whirling Garta, a thing I need to talk about. I don't know what he's referring to with that. I'll come back to it. Oh, I can click and hold, and the path will drag to the last position that I leave the cursor at. That's handy. Alright, let's see what's in here. Probably a bunch of trash.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, Whirling in Rags.
And I have a save. Oh, I can't do it when I'm in a dialogue. Gotcha. Oh, I can also wast. I didn't even know that. Thank you.
This trash container
Okay, open.
is with a well-oiled crack. The lock pops open.
Oh, satisfying
It should
opening.
now be possible to simply raise the lid.
Terrible sentence I just said there. Satisfying opening sound.
Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Did I just have a premonition that there's something in there? Open
The
it.
smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
I think the voiceover's being a little dramatic. I understand there's rotting food in a dumpster. We opened it knowing that.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Pick out the rags, search the food waste, look under the boxes of carton.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar.
Cop's gonna blow.
A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Okay. Hey, at least we tried. Let's pick at the rags then.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye.
Uh-oh.
A pair of denim trousers.
Denim trousers in this locality.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
Excuse me?
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay.
Huh. Someone undressed the corpse after he was hung? And then put it in the locked... So, okay, so we've established for sure that only the owner of the establishment and the trash pickup have keys to this, right? It hasn't been tampered with to the best of our knowledge, which means anything that we find that doesn't belong in there can be tied back to one or the other of those people. Unless there's another hidden key somewhere we don't know about.
Drop them in here, officer.
Oh, I didn't put on the freaking gloves! It's probably too late now. How do I put the gloves on? I don't think I can do it.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them
Well-known
with a
man
belt,
undressed.
a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
He looks into the container.
the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
It's the grayed out briefcase icon. Yeah, I figured you can't do it because of the dialogue. I just forgot.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Ooh, slimy, grab it.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Oh, love it. Give me the pus. Bag the shirt.
This is a military type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario.
Huh.
Anything more?
Very specific.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
Okay, so knowing that we have talked to the cafeteria manager who says that they're not here often, I was gonna say that the fact that he produced the key so willingly and easily, with no reticence, no, you know, hemming and hawing, he probably isn't in on whatever led to there being corpse clothing inside of this dumpster. The lady that he's covering for at the moment, we don't know, maybe. I thrown out towel and mug, that's all.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
Someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. I don't understand that line, because it's like implying that they took the clothes off a corpse because it was in the yard? What? You think someone from Whirling might have been involved, maybe? Yeah.
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk to the kids again, but I might have to, I don't know. Okay.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
No, I'm saying, like, if there's a body hanging from a tree on your property, and you're waiting for cops to do something about it, are you gonna move potentially crime scene evidence away from that situation? You just stay away from the whole thing, right? You don't clean up. Or is somebody just that dim-witted? Maybe that's a possibility. Search the food waste.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in.
Very descriptive.
Measure. But hey.
I appreciate the sludge reference.
Nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here.
I want to be meticulous.
What's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny.
Oh shit, like a blue piece of plastic. This could be huge.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Yeah, even deep in the bowels of putrescence, occasionally paperwork will survive. Especially if there's other paperwork over top of it. You just have to take the top bit off.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
I don't know what this is.
Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
A miserable slip of paper sticks to the board.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
It must have been cramping my style, or it has a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin. Or, I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. Or, someone from the Whirling threw it in the trash. I don't know. I'm boring. Maybe I didn't want to be a cop anymore.
Well.
He doesn't know what to say.
His eyes express a rare condolence. Then, he picks it up.
Huh. I succeeded with empathy, and it sounds like he understands where I'm coming from with that.
Lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries.
Kim, you're a rare
Organized
person, aren't
crime
you?
And the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
I'd like to be 1/10 as patient as him. Okay, I'll do that. Oh, we gotta keep nasty, fetid paperwork on us now?
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
He peers into the trash, where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly. Now tell me what your eagle eyes see are within
Some
the trash.
items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
Okay. I don't think I want the mug.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Good SFX there.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Do we relock it? This is the ledger you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in a man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged. Start keeping notes on the case. What? Oh.
It's
Oh,
the
that I
legend
didn't realize that was a
found in the
button.
trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and
It was
yellow
as large
papers
as everything
hanging from
else, so
plastic
hierarchy
board,
of needs
barely
had me
held
ignore it.
together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
At least it's the urinal cleaner. I got it.
Right. What more do you need? A rubber condom stuck to the back. A graffito that says defeated.
Defeato.
I think you catch the drift. Below the pathetic.
Catch the spirit, catch the
terror.
spit.
Do not look into its blue heart.
Inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
A tip on the clip. Run your fingers down it.
The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence.
Wow.
You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Yeah, I want to know about the iridescent sticker.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Which one?
All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal
What?
halogen watermarks. Mine too.
That's just kind of interesting.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
What kind of info is on
It
there?
depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
All right. Thanks, man.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved.
Oh, 69 probably.
How many years you've been on the force.
420.
It'll have that.
Probably could have said that the other way around.
Okay.
That's all. He returns to his neatly kept notes.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand. It's a sorry sight.
It is, isn't it? He's there neat and tidy with his nice notes, and I'm here with, like, completely drunk, swollen, covered in trash, with trash notes. Browse the white
They're
papers.
not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
I saw this Reddit post the other day that jogged a really deep memory in me of when I worked at EB Games. This is like back in 2004 or something like that. They had us for a period of time stamp people's receipts with ESA declined because we were supposed to sell them extended service agreements whenever they'd buy like a GameCube or an Xbox or PlayStation, whatever. We're like, hey, you should really buy this thing so when your machine breaks, we replace it for you. And then we had to make it really clear, like, if you don't want this, we're going to stamp your receipt. And it just felt like such an asshole. Like, I'm gonna mark you. So you know that we discussed this. And you declined, you garbage person. I saw somebody that showed one of those receipts with the stamp on it from back then, and I was like, oh shit, I was that guy. I was the guy stamping the paperwork. I was the administrator of badness. Just felt really cruel. Why is it in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty.
Jamrock.
The Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you.
So I like to undertake things and not complete them. Wow, that's Too real.
It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Is 2 cases a week good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
It seems like until you're really, really professional at this job, you would want to stick to one thing at a time to the best of your ability, but I know it's not always that simple anyway. 2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous.
Dude, you're so kind. You have to... No, you're fine. You didn't do anything wrong. I'm freaking drunk out of my mind. I'm, like, barely able to remember where I am or who I am. I burned out all right.
That's okay. We all do, sooner or later.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
I can't imagine anyone ever being, like, okay with having an amnesiac partner when they're doing a murder case. There's mention of a naming convention.
It appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Never heard that word before in my life. Vespertine? Written in capital letters, too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
The Square Bullet Hole. What a great name.
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Uka Parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout.
Apparently it's a Bjork album. Okay.
It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Can my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention?
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean a non-numeric one with titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles.
So it's like a working title in your project when you're still doing things on an internal basis. I seem to have named a case The Square Bullet Hole Murders. I want that. I want to know more about that.
In your defense, I seem to have named one The Man with the Hole in His Head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
Bit morbid, isn't it?
I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head.
Oh,
he died.
Brutal.
It was a workplace accident.
How the hell does that happen? Do you mean accident, or do you mean, quote, accident, quote? Count the pages I have to open an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage.
I'm one day from retirement.
Forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
I haven't played this since they added voice acting. Good to know I voiced Kim precisely correctly on my own. Right. Yeah, the voice acting is very good. It's pulling me in a way that I for sure would not have read all of this as detailed as the way they've depicted it with the voice acting. Right, so break the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Commit to paper using the pen Lena gave you.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily.
Why is it the kind green ape?
A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity.
Rigor's good.
Inspect the victim's body.
Ah,
Interview the cafeteria manager.
got it.
It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Yeah, we did the one, so you can cross that out. The portrait looks like the guy that reveals the magician's tricks. They had like the gimp mask on from the late 90s, early 2000s. I never liked that guy very much. I thought it was just kind of poor form to reveal the magician's tricks. But I do understand there's a lot of appeal around the concept of it.
A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you.
Not just the one, though.
Things to be done, and things already done.
Yeah.
The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
The choices are the hanged man, the Furies are at home in the mirror, which it said earlier, the setting sun, or shit on a stick. Alternatively, actually I don't have one is also an option. So I'm going to go with the setting sun.
Okay. It's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do with the setting sun. At all. It has nothing to do with that, so...
I just thought we were supposed to come up with a code phrase for it. I didn't know it had to relate to anything. I just like the poetry of that more. Also, it doesn't have potentially macabre joke potential to it.
Something more concrete, perhaps? Do you have something concrete? Mundane, usual?
Usual is boring. We don't do that.
Oh. I don't have another name.
Oh, well, then maybe I can suggest one.
Go ahead.
The Hanged Man.
Oh, he got it.
He really likes that name.
Honestly, let him have this. I feel like I owe him several, gestures of goodwill.
Thank you. I think so too. Good and normal.
That's what we need.
I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
I feel like I could have flexed super hard about that and just, like, gone off the handle and turned into a horrible person over such a silly thing to be controlling over. Alright, glad we sorted that out. I'm done inspecting these, which I think is true.
You don't exactly close them.
Oh.
So much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a
I wish
little
we had
further
other,
from your
better
nose
papers. Can I read the case files now? I feel like that's probably likely to succeed, so sure.
now. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41. Then, date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the Next World Mural.
HDB41, weren't those officer precinct?
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HDB?
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Horace Debbie Birkinger. Hram Daryan Bizankin. Those aren't my initials, I'm not feeling them. Wow, I don't know what to say to that. Am I Horace?
That is improbable.
Oh. How long does it take to read a case?
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
The square bullet hole murders.
It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall, her mouth agape.
But?
That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is The entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole in his forehead.
Why am I assuming it's a bullet, though? Bullets generally don't leave square-shaped entry wounds. What if it's one of those cow knocker things, like in No Country for Old Men? That's weird.
Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next? Don't worry. One day.
Okay, so I should probably do a bit of this later, because I'm committing a lot of time.
One day, you may still catch the man with the square gun.
I gotta find that square gun, though. It's very interesting.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
Browse the yellow ones.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy of paper. Some
I feel like I could
yellow,
spend an entire
some
session
bright
just
red,
looking at
all
paperwork.
covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out.
Thanks very much, Grateful Zed, for returning for your 60-second months. Are my eyes deceiving me? They are not. This was the big surprise that I was teasing. I said before, I had enough gatekeeping of this game. I think it's time to live life to the fullest and experience this thing that people tell me over and over is fantastic. We should just play it, you know. Oh, don't worry too much about passing time. It affects things, but it shouldn't get in the way of you doing what you want to do. Okay. All covered in boxes like marching armies. Look, these look like official forms waiting to be filled
Then
out.
rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
What types of forms are there?
3.
Oh.
The topmost are misconduct fines.
Right.
The middle ones are station calls.
Okay.
And the bottommost are field autopsy forms.
Oh.
Each is easy enough.
Don't tell me we're going to do a
sense
field
of.
autopsy here.
You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
No, but you do need to be familiar with stuff at least.
A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color.
Yeah.
You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs.
Pristine, I'm sure. Station call?
These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
I wonder how many people do their playthrough where, like, viewers will come by their Twitch channel and then they'll come in on hour 1 and they'll be in this exact position, then hour 3 and they're still here. Clicking through these endless notes about your notes.
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields.
Well, I need 130, I think, real to pay off the hotel.
But they appear
or the hostel, rather.
pleasantly vague.
Is that your way of saying you can abuse the situation? I think it is.
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys.
I'll make those dead guys pay me.
What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. You feel better.
Do I? His portrait at the bottom left is looking more desperate somehow, or maybe I just forgotten that it looked like that.
The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copy
Oh,
of
thank
paper.
goodness. Look at the clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with.
No way.
The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters, RCM.
Shake it.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly.
Yeah.
Is there a hidden compartment?
With a key.
Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it.
Peek inside.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli.
Oh, I love that
but
stuff.
it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
What did you say the color was?
Blue.
Oh, great.
The blue heart. Don't look into it.
He's like very into this clipboard, it seems like. How would I open it?
With your hands.
Great.
You 4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board.
Interfacing medium 10. Open the hidden compartment in the clipboard. This is a white check. You may retry it. -1 lonesome long way home. Not sure what that means. Alright, let's give it a go. Wow.
The two sides of the board appear slightly
Two really
misaligned,
low checks that
like
I
a
passed.
drawer
That's really
come off
lucky.
its Slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly.
Oh, we've got to bend the plastic on my knee slowly.
The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know...
slide it.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
I guess I gotta figure out what's up with internalizing my thoughts. What's inside?
2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
What? What is number 3? Effing kill yourself, you asshole. Pick up the ticket stubs, pick up the card. Pick up the sticket,
Two
the sticket
octopuses are
tubs.
smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings.
Oh, nice.
The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there, too.
Oh, very good. I love when octopuses are happy. Pick up the card.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
This is weird. I'm not really sure what I'm seeing exactly based on that description, but alright. Oh, smell it?
Smells of chewing gum. Apricot flavor.
Ah, that's really weird and specific.
A touch of cinnamon. The end of summer.
Oh, okay.
You think the label says tutti frutti.
Is this like a core memory? Open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand.
Oh, the X.
A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's
You
hand.
can kind of read it in someone's handwriting if you know what their handwriting looks like when they're not smiling.
Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy.
Is this why I threw out the whole thing?
Throw it away, please.
But it will make me happy.
A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. You feel the card slipping into it.
Hold on to it.
Your hands
Read the card.
shake, holding on to it. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear.
I believe we have unlocked trauma.
You feel the ledger slip from your hand.
Oh, I have one option, which is to fall sideways. Let's do that. I win. Oh my god, what is that picture in the background? Title card. I'm sure I've seen the logo for it before. I don't think I've ever seen that imagery in the background before. Maybe that's hidden on purpose. begin. Okay?
There is nothing.
There is nothing.
Again.
Just lie there.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia.
I do love a bit of basil.
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
Who was that?
Who was what?
That.
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow.
Is our character somehow trained in the medical arts? Seem to have a very good understanding of the brain's inner workings or something to do with psychology.
Because it's always there.
Where is Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on.
God, what a freaking voice that is. It's so good. I thought there was always a man, a plan, a canal. Or is it a man, a lighthouse, and a woman? Okay, forget how that goes.
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Yes, that.
Don't prod at it. It will start moving again.
Does it work that way? Just lie there then.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
Yeah, I know who it is. What is that? It's cold.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you.
Oh no.
And it's...
Ice latte enema.
It's delicious.
Oh! Yum! Thank you very much, Grateful Zed, for the yummies. That's very kind of you. Freaking 20! Holy hell. Wow. They went to Kitten Mittens, Terribly Matt, Kligan, Kremnik, The Dark Sade, Proteusan, Gultoni, Dan Armada, Migdi, Sniffity, Vindirian, Turing Complete Sex Machine, that's an incredible name, Quintio, Minty Etude, Prince Zamudio, Erotica, and Enroticaria, Enroticara, there we go. Tired of the Laughter, Measles, Arachnortid, and Adapted Wombat. Thank you very, very, very much for your generosity, Grateful Zed, and to everybody that's been so generous today. That's very kind of you. I greatly appreciate it. Tala, Seagammer, Newdust, Buju, Einsteinium, all of you have been really, really generous. Thank you as well, Paul, for the tip, Hummix, Pickle, and Grateful Zed in general, who has also resubscribed.
Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Where am I?
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks.
Very interesting
and heavy
design
fuel
there.
Oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
It's like 1950s Death Stranding. Very retrofuturist. If that's the right term. It might not be, actually.
Drink. Water.
The lieutenant is extending a small canister to your mouth. Yeah, let's drink that.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
I've already played through this game once. I recently started a playthrough with my mom, so it's interesting to see someone who isn't me or my mom have similar reactions. Yeah, I've been that way with a number of games, and it's cool to be on both sides of the scenario Like, I frequently watch people play through Dark Souls and enjoy kind of how they react to everything as well. And not quite as cerebral a game as this, though.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone?
Yeah, that's more of a Bender
a
thing.
secondary form of hydration.
Well, alcohol, as I understand, dehydrates you specifically.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat.
Can I get a roll for a
The
liver
lieutenant
check?
pays no heed to it.
What a nice guy.
What happened?
I was dehydrated. It won't happen again. Conclude.
Right.
He hands you the waterlogged remains of your ledger.
You dropped these.
Your
Are you
Heath
okay
ledger.
to proceed?
Just nod.
Good.
No, I thought you don't nod. I was told specifically by a developer, don't do that. And I did it anyway, because I'm a fool.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your held slot for skill bonuses.
I didn't know this mug was so
Find it
important.
under the Tools tab in your inventory.
I thought it'd be filthy. I have no idea what the structure of this game is, or whether I am moving forward onto a path that I cannot retreat from. So if I make mistakes or do things that are, like, potentially detrimental to my later playthrough, I'd rather, like, not worry too much about it, but also I understand if there are things you'd like me to do. Give it another save. I have been trying to save often. I just got really quite pulled into the whole clipboard thing there for a minute. I'm assuming I am... Yeah, okay, I was right next to the place. Just gotta go back over here. Surprised there's no tab for the manhole cover. Is that kid gonna be throwing rocks for the entire rest of the day? He really got nothing better to do. I thought he was working on Night City. Yeah, he's still there.
The
You can
trash
fail
container
forwards in this.
stands
Oh.
in the spring snow. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
The mug. I'm getting the mug, too.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
Okay. An antique?
Only in its social sensibility.
Right. Take the mug.
Mm-hmm.
Lieutenant briefly glances at the mug, then returns to his site of his trash. His site to the trash,
You've
rather.
acquired an interactable item.
Okay.
Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
I quite like the idea of games, and I've played a few like this now, where if things go terribly wrong, you just kind of roll with the punches. Slay the Princess is very much like that. Fantastic game, by the way. I can't recommend it enough. If you've played Disco Elysium and not played Slay the Princess, I think there's probably a good degree of crossover in interest there. Obviously, very different concept, but very, very well written, clever game. And of a particular fusion of genres I don't think I've ever seen quite done that way before. Very high-minded, really philosophical, really way above what you'd expect looking at it at a glance. Don't read up on it, don't watch videos of it, just straight up just go buy the game and play it. It's that good. Right, so am I supposed to try and get this kid to tell us something again? I really don't want to talk to him, but...
Fuck does Kuno care?
More questions about the crime
Yeah.
scene.
The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it?
Great. The dead man's clothes are in the trash container. How did they get there?
Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that.
Yeah, I didn't
that
think
shit
so.
is beneath Kuno.
I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene.
Listen, listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just
No, obviously
listen.
not.
Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit.
Okay.
Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real.
Great deal. I asked you what happened to his clothes, you must have seen them lying around. You don't know anything about the tampering I'm investigating. I already have the pants.
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for fouling anyway, pig.
Okay. There's also a mug in the trash.
The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again?
Does this racist mug have anything to do with it? Does this adequate depiction of a South Sumerian man have anything to do with it? Does this quaint, better, not taken out of its historical context mug have anything to do with it? Actually, talking about this makes me uncomfortable. Let's back it up a notch. Does the racist mug have anything to do with it?
Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker, 'cause he's the clothes fucker?
Barely understand what you're saying.
Can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
It's exactly what I'm saying, Kuno. Someone has tampered with the crime scene, cleaned some of it up.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator.
He nods in approval.
Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting 2 and 2 together here.
Okay.
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
Yeah? Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face.
Alright, what's in the greenhouse over there?
No. Kiptas gardener used to work there.
Kipped ass. I don't even know what that means.
Kipped is a pejorative
Thank you.
term used to describe people of South Seminese or Erie-Uppergite descent.
Jesus, I
It
should
used to
watch
be
before I
the
say
common
anything
first
that
name
guy
among the
says.
Erie-Uppergites of Ilmara. Not so much anymore.
I basically assume if he says something I don't understand what it is, it's probably slang pejoratives. Gardner used to work here. You mean the young woman by Whirling Rags, that Gardner?
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
Yeah, he really does. That's true. He looks at you with looks in the eye and nods as if agreeing with himself.
Yeah, her.
Uh-huh.
What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? What kind of gardening is done in March?
Well, it's a greenhouse, right? So, like, maybe some. I should ask her about it.
It seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that. Suspicious.
Yeah, we don't like suspicious. The ladder ever climb it points to the ladder.
Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed.
I bet you the voice actor had a lot of fun with this character. So you would say the ladder is unclimbable.
Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
What is Kuno?
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
Not acrobat. Noted.
It's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it, Kuno.
Okay. I guess that's that.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. The fuck about it?
Asking you about the body. We've already done all that. I don't know why it was lit up, actually. There's nothing left to say.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Yeah, maybe I am. Maybe that's the point. Whoa! I thought Kuno made that sound and it scared me. That was a reverse rare Yaha.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
20% chance Yaha. You passed. I can't stop looking at the parallax on that birch tree. It slides as if we're walking very far away from it, like it's... I don't know which axis it would be, because I don't know what axis things are on, but probably like the Z-axis positioning is too close? Whatever, it's gone now. For the most part, the world is very convincing, actually. I really like those long shadows on the ground. Oh yeah, I forgot I could zoom out. Thank you. Posture check. Actually, I'm like kind of comfy in this posture at the moment, but yeah, it's not the best. I'll straighten up a little bit. It's quite cold actually today, so I got my foot warmer on my one foot. Thank you for watching out for me.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
Tell me, what exactly have you been doing in your greenhouse in March?
Well, this might be the last snow we get. At least I hope so. Snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything green up in the spring. At least that's what my grandma always told me.
Is that true? I've never heard snow has nutrients in it. I do have notifications on my hotbar. Yeah, I'll look at those in a second.
Yes, think about the cute grandma, not the weird snow.
Visual calculus medium, squint your eyes and look at her intently.
Stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see?
The traffic jam, the plaza, an entrance to the yard. Entrance to the yard.
That's right. And the canal, the bookstore, the harbor gates. This is a great vantage point for keeping an eye on you.
Noted, but I'll keep it to myself. I don't think revealing that news to her is gonna help us in any way.
Glad to have been of service. Now you know the locals are keeping tabs on you.
What is this F the police business?
Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
Alright, never mind.
She shifts in her seat awkwardly.
Have to run. She was nice enough to lend me her yellow gloves, at least. I'd like to use your headlights now to look at my clipboard. Can we do that?
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57.
I always wondered why it was called livery. I thought that was such a strange thing to describe, like, the paint job on a car. It probably makes sense in some way, but I just don't really understand the origination of it.
Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet.
I thought there would be, like, really, really wacky choices that you could make a lot in this, but so far it's played not entirely straight, but, like, closer to straight than I would have expected.
This must be
maybe it winds up later on.
That toy from Oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage.
Tore you from Oblivion. I was playing a lot of that for a couple of months, yeah. Open the door.
In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Right, maybe I'm sending signals through my choices to the game that I am self-selecting away from those sorts of things, so maybe it's now feeding me into that. How do I turn on the headlights?
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He turns the preheater on, waits, takes out the keys and says that. Okay.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
Press engine start.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice
Wow, this is pretty wild.
comes to life with a whiny growl.
Press the button labeled headlights.
The lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
Cool.
There you go.
Thank you.
I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
Pull out the pull-out toolbox. Does sound nice to do that. Let's go stand over here now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
There's a note of pride in the lieutenant's voice.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro
millions.
perforations.
Look at the shimmering street
The
grid.
rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Look around you.
A rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the distance, a child somewhere shrieks. A woman reprimands her in a voice no quieter than the child's cry.
Ah, Martinez.
He smells the air and says, where are we on this?
Let me see.
Takes the ledger for a moment and inspects it.
Right here.
He says his finger near the top of the map on a segment of coast jutting out into the great ocean. I'm sure I've seen worse.
Oh yes. Coal City. Le Royaume. The burnt-out quarter.
Okay, let's look at the
There are
perforations.
many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Let's tally them up.
The first row has 18 dots.
Not bad.
Not bad for what? You don't even know what it means yet.
What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border.
Wow.
And then some.
Let's count them.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least.
Can you divide them into
Maybe
groups?
Even 200.
I feel like that's the next 6 choices would be like, count them individually, count them in groups of 2, count them in groups of 5. Try and devise some plan where you correlate the amount of dots per inch, then measure and add the measurement up. What about the last row, though?
The last row has 3 perforations.
No shit, 3 of them. That's it?
That's it.
Hey Kim, what do all these holes mean? Point to the dots on the watermark.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM.
Hey, Arachnodor.
They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their
Oh,
numbers
alpha male,
often
running a
do.
pack.
It's meant.
Like a pack of cigarettes. They get alpha cigarettes. They only smoke them alone, because they're strong, with strong chiseled jawlines. Sigma cigarettes.
The first row represents your years of service.
What?
18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
Wow. They're awfully soft here. In Space Marine, you get a stud for every 100 years of service put into your skull. Why can't you be a real alpha male like the freaking Space Marine? Got drunk like a megastar. Wait, 18 years I've done this? I walked the land telling whores and liars of the end to come. There are 9,855 days remaining. Probably some boring office job, same as everyone else. I feel like I just went around apologizing all the time. Yeah, probably that. I went around apologizing.
Maybe you were a diplomat, or in PR. Doesn't matter, I suppose. Let's move on, shall we?
Professional apologist.
This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see... Wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all
Holy shit.
RCM officers.
So you're saying I used to be a super cop. I used to be good. There's, that's some solace, I guess. What's the last number? I don't think I can ever re-become this person. What's the last number? There's some solace, I guess.
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there.
So I'm a killer.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way.
What's it feel like to kill a man, Mr. McCoy? A young woman asked the man across the desk from her. Honestly, babe, says John McCoy, crossing his ankles over said desk. I don't feel anything anymore. It's just like brushing my teeth. I do it once or twice a week and don't really think about it. There's no trace of guilt in his voice.
I wonder about people that feel no guilt having killed someone. Did they potentially... Were they the type of person who wouldn't have felt guilt before they even did it? Or is it a post hoc justification where they compartmentalize the guilt later? I guess it depends on the person.
There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident.
It's obvious the lieutenant doesn't think very highly of these officers. Right, so Kim is leading us down a potentially good road, I believe. Is someone to follow, maybe.
But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
He says, declining to elaborate.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others.
He gives you a meaningful look.
Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the yellow gloves.
Oh my god, he knows I have the yellow gloves! Contextually sensitive, Kim.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
I didn't think it was a jab.
The lieutenant nods.
Okay, thank you for that. Very interesting
Right.
little sidebar.
I'll go turn off the lights.
He presses a remote control on the key.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
It unlocks a game system for having done that in the game. That's cool. Not that that's like a utterly unique thing. I just didn't expect that there would be something so specifically personal to the characters that would unlock like that. But I guess that's kind of the whole premise. So I've got a level up. Can I just put that on anything I want? Oh, it gives you 50 out of 100. I see. Yeah, the tutorial agent seems cool. I like her. Why is my electrochemistry up 1? And what is that really satisfying ASMR clicking sound? It's like stereo positional bubbles or something going off. Opening a wrapper. That goes on forever. Sneak under their noses, stun with immense panache. Oh, because it's something I've equipped. How do you decide what a good path to upgrade things would be? Reconstruct crime scenes, make laws of physics work for the law. Or is it just strictly like, I like this one, so let's do that. Don't let the world kill you. Pain threshold. I think my perception could use to be up a bit higher. As an investigator, that seems important. I'll put it into perception. Is that all I have to do? There's no confirm, apply. Seems like it's sorted. Yeah. I have no hat. Or glasses. Oh, there's a bullet area? I didn't even notice that before. So all that I have is my clipboard. Inspect the victim's body. I still haven't done that. I haven't reported my badge missing. I haven't talked about the pissing match. Who made the call reporting the crime? Call Sylvie using Kim's shortwave. Okay, so you need to do that. 2 things to do on the radio. Ask your station for funds. 3 things to do on the radio. Talk to someone about reality. Who put the clothes in the trash? Right, so I have to go back to Garta. And then there's this whole internalized thing. Lonesome Long Way. And temporary research bonus, +1 encyclopedia. Factual memory returns, research 6 hours, 5 minutes. Problem, let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home, jump across the raised channel bridge. Southwest of here, fall over, get up, get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through courtyards, scaring little children. Go under the great raised motor tract, the 881, until you reach Le Domaine Eminent in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of the year, caked with ice. Walk down Main to Perdition. There's a side alley there, and your footprints in the mud. So if I internalize this, I get a +1 encyclopedia, but it says temporarily? -1 authority. Little guy gets further and further away. So this one gives me something better, and these two take something away. Why would you want to lower your stats? I don't follow. Oh, you get the bonus while it's being researched, and then it turns into something other. I see. Alright, sure, let's try that then. I'm assuming I can only do one of these at a time, or are there like a bunch of slots? Oh, I can. Do all of those. Well, we'll see if that affects anything. There's also a THC in the bottom right corner. I'm assuming, weed? Do we like the weed? Save game. Always be internalizing. If you have space in your thought cabinet, use levels to retry some failed checks. Okay. I'm gonna go back and ask about the lock inside. I know I could do the radio stuff, I just kind of want to go inside. Oh, it stands for thought cabinet. Makes sense. We all have some form of a thought cabinet. Hey, Lynn, it's really good. Unsurprisingly so. I actually think you'd like it quite a lot, too. It's a mystery game that gets potentially really weird or potentially really introspective. Seems to have a lot to do with psychology, interpersonal relationships, uncovering your inner self as a mystery under a mystery. Here's your trash container key.
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for.
Oh yeah, it was great. I found the victim's clothes.
How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
Maybe you don't remember putting them there. Maybe you were sleepwalking or in a fugue state. Could someone on your staff have put them there, or who else has the keys? Well, I think we know already, but I'm going to hear him say it again.
The trash collection service, CS Municipal. I don't see why they would put anything in the trash, though.
Right, and so if not you, and if not them...
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal.
Oh.
I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when.
You don't keep a log of that?
This will have to be one of those little threats that solves itself down the road. Thank you anyway.
What do I fancy for dinner? Well, maybe we'll go have a look at Tesco. I'm not really sure myself. I'm not that worried about which thing. It could be whatever. Could someone on your staff have put them there?
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene.
Well, that's good. I don't think he's done it in a fugue state. That's more my deal. Let's talk about something else. I don't know what this is about. I've seen something here at Whirling.
What thing?
I saw a sign that said I couldn't go into the kitchen. Why can't I go into the kitchen?
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
But there may be something pertinent to the investigation in the kitchen.
He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Okay, thank you.
What?
That's all.
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the Whirling later.
Okay, that's a really weird portrait he's got going on up there. Thank you. I guess it's radio time then. Oh, we've got something here to look at. Update to who put the clothes in the trash. Who else has unauthorized access to the whirling trash? Find this person and you'll know who tampered with the scene. Yeah, I put that one together myself too. Yeah, voice acting solid, I agree. Lynn, will you be home soon? Or are you home now? You're probably home now.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Well, I want to see what's in the pull-out toolbox.
A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men
Yeah, I
are.
never understood that either. I've seen that before too. I was always surprised when guys are like, yeah, you can't take my tools, don't use them, they're mine. They get like really possessive and weird about it. I understand that probably they got burned in the past. Somebody probably stole something, didn't put it back. But like, if you're doing it in earnest and it's like a job-related thing and you obviously need to use it and you're not intending to steal anything, come on. It's like, grow up. You gotta use tools sometimes. It's okay.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools.
Hey, a little is fair.
But what can you do? Work is work.
I forget why we needed a red tip pry bar. Oh, because we were going to use it to get into the bin, but we don't need that anymore because we got the key. Take the rubber-handled chain cutters, take the hand-cranked flashlight. At the moment, I don't think I need any of these. But I appreciate knowing they're there.
Back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
Let's talk on the radio.
The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something.
Oh, there's no downside in taking them. I just assumed you didn't need them until they were needed, but I guess I could just hold them all. That's cool that it glows like a feline eye.
The soft purr of electrical kittens.
Ooh,
radio
sparking.
waves cast far and wide over the metropolis.
I love an electrical kitten.
A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
You have so many things that you can assist me with.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
I have a missing badge. No idea who I am. I don't even really understand what the concept of investigating is. It's a whole thing. Let's figure it out. Come in, Delta 10. This is Firewalker. This is the officer from the 40... Yeah, okay, let's go with the normal one.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Can you connect me to a civilian, a Sylvie? She may have reported a murder.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Oh, Kim, didn't Garta give you Sylvie's number?
Yes, hold on.
Got it.
Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
That's pretty handy, because they don't have cell phones, so they use the radio service to make a phone connection to then patch through to the radio. I don't know why this is surprising to me, I just never thought about it. It's like practical. Wait.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
Hello, this is the police calling. Oh, sorry. Female voice greets you through static. It sounds like she's a million miles away from here. This is the police calling. I have some questions for you about your last days at work. Sylvia, I believe we met before. This is me, a detective from the Whirling in Rags.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you.
Maybe it would have been better for her not to recognize me then. You quit your job at the Whirling Y. Was it you who called the police? Do you know how my paperwork ended up in the trash container behind the Whirling? Was it you who called the police?
No, not me.
Do you know who made the call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires.
Uh-huh.
People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Yeah, let's not go with why didn't you call, because it feels very accusatory. I'd rather not have her put up some defenses before we actually finish talking.
Yeah, go on.
Why'd you quit your job?
You mean, why did I leave the bar?
You can hear...
Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
You can hear her tense up on the other side. Alright, I won't push you on this. Are you ever coming back to work?
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now.
Uh-huh. Do you know how my paperwork ended up in the trash container behind the Whirling?
Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it.
I don't understand how a clipboard could clog a toilet. This reminds me, actually, of, like, this constant thing I would see since I was a kid, where people try to flush ridiculous items that have no bearing on the shape of a toilet's plumbing. They'll put some object that just doesn't even approach that it could reach the pipe. And they'll flush and flush and flush, and then it'll overflow, and it's like, well, what was blocking it? It didn't even occlude, like, it didn't block the toilet. It just kind of bobbled around. So, I don't know, I feel like the toilet gets a bad rap. It has to be a particular size and shape to actually clog the piping. Anyway. Sorry, weird tangent.
I am sorry about that. Anything else, detective?
I got everything. I basically got nothing at all from you, but, you know, that happens.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again.
Oh,
Bye.
Thanks. Why does she seem angry?
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags.
So far, I've
She
nailed
was still working.
every single check that I've asked for. With zero exceptions. Wait, before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember anything. I think it had something to do with the freaking flushing the toilet.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened.
Oh, not the skua thing.
Just made me want to quit.
Oh, no. What is the skua thing?
The stuffed bird. The great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac.
Oh my god. It sounds like a scene from Always Sunny. And if anything ever happens in life that looks or sounds like a scene from Always Sunny, yeah, somebody's rightfully mad now.
I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
That does sound like me, alright.
Didn't seem like you had fun doing it, though.
So you're telling me I was the one who made you quit?
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen.
Oh, no.
And I have seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you...
Go on. I want to know what I did.
Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive.
Wait, throwing something at the wall wasn't aggressive. Borderline?
Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now.
Which song?
We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody.
Sorry about the song.
To hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there.
Ah. Okay, so it was like an intentional turn to the void. And then we'd see how deep down the hole you can go.
I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant. And I don't want to know.
That sucks that our character has abusive traits to them that are like just sort of getting looked over. But I guess, you know, he's actually suffering and actually probably a shitty person.
And then scream something about how you're a piece of shit human being and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman? That you'd fire yourself, but you can't even do that.
I thought it was supposed to be sort of comedically over the top, but not like that way. I'm sorry.
And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke.
I didn't even know I had a gun.
Threatening to kill yourself.
Wow. Okay, I get it. I wasn't a very good tenant.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst.
Oh. Okay, his flaws don't get looked over really. Good. Yeah, if the game wasn't as well written, I could see this being one of those things where you just sort of throw out a bunch of abusive traits to someone and then just sort of immediately forget that ever happened, and it's just... when you do that kind of stuff and it doesn't have any actual repercussions, it's almost like borderline romanticizing it in a weird way. Or it can be anyway, it doesn't necessarily have to be, but I don't love that. But thankfully we aren't doing that. I'm truly sorry for everything, Sylvie. I was trying to show you the world of tomorrow, the great panic at the end. Well, you're the worst tavern wench I've ever seen. Just loosen up a little. Don't you ever party? I don't even know what to say. Let's just say we're sorry.
God, I know I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
What else did I sing? Apparently we're looking for a song.
All sorts of things. From disco, rock too. So much disco and rock.
Maybe you can help me identify this one particular song.
Which one would that be?
One that was really sad.
Sad? I think the one you mean is the smallest church in Saint-Saëns. Richard, that right up.
Her voice carries a tone of disappointment.
Interesting. You still have to find it, however.
Right, thank you for talking with me. Take care.
You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then, the already familiar voice.
Just to report my badge.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Could you connect me to the 41st Precinct? Yeah.
Just a second, officer.
Hopefully that won't take as long. She puts you on hold, the static crackling softly like a bonfire. After a while you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
Really good voice acting. Everybody's doing a great job on their characters.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
Yeah, you're right. 10-4, Station 41. I've got an urgent urgent business. Over. Oh, got a urgent business.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status? Over.
Just reporting in. Over.
10-18, state your message, sir.
I need to report my badge missing. I'm in dire need of financial assistance. Might sound odd, but there's personal details I'd like to discuss. 10-10 transmission completed. Over. Yeah, so let's report my badge.
10-9, over.
My badge, I can't find it anywhere. Basically, it's gone.
10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
I wonder how often that actually genuinely happens to police officers, that they just lose their badge. It must happen some amount of time. Either, you know, just ridiculous situation, somebody steals it, it falls off something, and then, like, is gone.
Is it him? What does he want?
It's like us losing our ID card, right? Is it him? A dry voice asks in the background. What does he want, right?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
Say nothing.
Who lost his badge?
Oh no, everyone's involved.
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
Oh, did I just find out my name?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
He says, fighting off laughter. Oh.
Dick Mullen is not your name.
Thank you.
It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself.
Dick Gumshoe.
Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Come on, operator, tell him to stop. This is serious. Haha, officer lost his badge. Haha. Like I'm the first cop to ever misplace his badge. Can we just move on? I don't want to get it. I want to get it reported and be done with it.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge. What's going on? Super Cop here lost his badge. He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Okay, enough with that now.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
The animated conversation in the back is making it difficult for him to hear you.
New heights even for Captain Sober. Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, too.
The speaker gasps for air. The room roars with laughter.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
I don't have my gun?
No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
You know, I realized that a little bit ago, but I guess my character hasn't.
Don't sweat it, Bratan. You don't need a gun to have fun. We can still have fun. It's not all over.
This necktie, dude, such a silly voice.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Even. Convince them that you didn't lose your gun. Surely I'll fail this.
Lying?
Oh.
Over the phone? It's easy. Just say it like it's the truth. And then it becomes it.
No, of course I didn't lose my
He
gun.
says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Over.
Yeah, I gotta get some money, please.
10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Can you imagine? You're like, yeah, I lost my badge and my gun, and I'm broke. I forgot my name.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know.
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
It is paramount to the investigation you grant me more money. Please, I'm begging you here. I don't even have a place to sleep tonight. Okay, I heard you. No funds. I'll go with the begging side. Let's see what they say to that.
He says he's in trouble. Doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Wow, very sympathetic.
Vigmar said
Yeah, we heard him.
Who cares what this Vic said? Pull on their heartstrings.
Pull out their hearts.
Enough, officer. This begging is below your dignity.
Is it, though? Okay. I heard you. No phones.
Anything else, sir? Over.
Listen, I've actually lost my gun, too. I kind of want to say it, but I won't. There's personal details I'd like to discuss.
Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over.
This is a hell of a conversation.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through.
I need information, not fear.
Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question.
Are you alone in the room? I need some confidential information about myself. I wanted to know if you got my badge's description right in the report. Could you read it to me? Name, rank, date of birth. I'm looking for my address. I don't know where I live. Could you refer to me with my full name in the future? Any news about my family? Have I ever told you about my life before the RCM? Okay, let's find if he's alone in the room.
That's a negative, sir. I got 10-12 visitors present here. Over.
I want to know if you got my badge's description right.
What is it? He's still on the line?
He wants to verify the information on his badge.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian Cavalry Force.
Yeah, alright, so it's gonna be a running gag
Tell
then.
him to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir? Over.
Any news about my family?
Excuse me, sir?
You probably don't want to continue on this road.
Nothing, never mind.
Come again, sir? I didn't get that. 10-9, over.
Have I ever told you about my life before the RCM?
10-4, well, that's,
Does he actually want something, or is he hell-bent on disrupting our work?
He asked if he ever told me about his days before joining the RCN.
For God's sake, cut this shit out! Tell him to stop wasting time and be a goddamn policeman for a change.
Sir, Satellite Officer Vicmar says...
I heard him.
So, was there anything else?
Well, the other two seem a little too showing my hand, so I guess that's all I'm getting from them, which is nearly nothing.
Understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
As soon as I'm getting off the radio, they're very eager to finish that off. The static ends with a loud click, then everything is silent in the cabin.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around Communication Officer Jules Oldboy Pidier, around a dozen cops. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, abuzz with laughter, when Officer Judith Minot enters. Her left arm is in bandages, and her hair trimmed short.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
She asks, startled. Jean Vicmer turns to her and says...
What happened is my partner made contact, and it's not good. He's lost his badge. He seemed confused, delirious even.
Does he look a little bit like Tom Green? Or is it just the hair? He stops to reflect.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright. Sounded fucking drunk to me.
There's no way I'm still drunk.
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some gnarly shit there. I mean, before he started begging for money, it was...
I guess they're not gonna forget that I did that.
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
We must help him.
Minot looks down at her neatly polished black shoes. There's a quiet firmness to her voice when she speaks.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get him on carrot juice? He's a lost man.
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
The crowd in the room has started fidgeting uncomfortably. Someone's trying to slip out unnoticed.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words.
He sighs heavily and turns to address the room.
This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain. Or anyone else. We'll give him a couple of days to pull his shit together.
Hey, thanks very much, Wonder Chef 14, for the 102-month streak. Hello. Glad to have you. Hope you're doing well.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Old boy lights another cigarette.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work.
Interesting.
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage.
Alright, I guess I'll take all those tools then.
The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
Tell me, how's this playthrough so far for you all? Have you enjoyed this so far? Have I been doing things roughly in a relatively reasonable way?
It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue, blue.
I'm trying to take it on its own terms and be relatively meticulous about it. I'm definitely seeing why people are so emphatic about their love for this game. It's coming through pretty clearly.
Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss.
Yeah, we take all those.
The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand.
Snap, snap.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
I guess I just mean it's been enjoyable to watch. I hope you would watch more of this in the future, I assume.
So we've been monitoring you internally.
Oh.
And now we know your Copo type.
I have a Capo type.
Yes. Guess what's yours?
I'm sorry. Not sure. Sorry, cop?
Yes. Sorry, cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
Yeah, let's stamp that right on my head.
Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here.
What are the other compo types? Won't the other compo types be jealous? I'm sorry, opt-in.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million.
Well, that's quite a lot of money.
That won't happen.
Oh. I didn't know I had a compo type. Have I progressed my research almost? Yeah, well, a little bit. It was actually longer than I realized. Okay, so we've got some resolved elements now. We now know Sylvie out of the picture. Keep searching for the caller despite lacking any obvious leads. Yeah, we might have to come back to that. Station won't give us money, so that's off. We have reported our badge, and they don't... Well, they're not going to send me another one. They'll just say, find it. Unclear how you should go about finding a tiny piece of plastic in a world as huge as this. Maybe you'll just stumble across it down the line. Miracles happen. Or maybe my memory will return. Oh. There's a list of cop types here. Superstar, Apocalypse, Sorry, Boring, Communist. I have 5 sorries. Fascist, Ultra-Liberal, Moralist, Good Cop, Bad Cop, Honor, 3 people killed, cases solved, years in service, 18 years. And find any information on your gun. I suppose that's where we're at. Also, some new inventory items you can equip. Oh, right. This one. Do I need to hold these? Guess there's not much harm in having a flashlight. A flashlight and a clipboard. There we go. It's official. Oh, I didn't expect it to cast a dynamic light source from the flashlight. I just thought it would be like a, you know, this shows up in scripted bits kind of thing. I don't actually know why I would want this on all the time. But fair enough. Do I have infinite inventory slots, or is this just... it's this many? Oh, it's nice you grab and rearrange. Horrific necktie, Inland Empire. When it was hanging from the fan, it was just black as far as I could tell. Or was that just it was in shadow or something? Oh, there's tabs. I also see it scrolls, but yeah, without enough items to see it scroll, I don't know. Morale is 5 out of 5. Health is 1 out of 1. Don't even know what that means. Right, well, I think that was a lovely introduction to the world of Disco Elysium. I had a great time with it. I'd be happy to come back and do some more of this. I intend to. I'll probably do 1 session a week, if that's cool. Maybe every Saturday. It kind of depends, but probably every Saturday. There might be other games to take precedence. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks very much for coming by, and thank you so much for your generosity today.